Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Dylan. We are back here with another Madden video, and today we're going to be going over the best abilities for corners. I made a little tier list, and yeah man, if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe. We drop daily Madden content on the channel, and we're on the road to 1K subs. I want to hit it here soon, and I greatly appreciate it. If you are new, to hit that sub button. Most of the people that watch my videos are not subs, so make sure to freaking sub. But right now, we got my main man, Xavier Howard, right here. Best corner in the game. But we're going to be going one by one through these abilities and ranking them and talking about them a little bit. But the first one being bench press. Bench press right here, it's like, it's okay now. It's okay. It used to be the meta when it was 1 AP, but now that it being 3 AP, it's not really that great anymore. For me, I rated this a B tier ability because it can still be effective. It's just not as good as the other stuff we're going to cover. Next right here, I put all these abilities in one because they pretty much all do the same thing. It's just different kind of like things. You'll see what I'm talking about. Medium route KO, deep route KO. If we come down here, short route KO. I put all of these in the A tier. Now, why did I put them all in the A tier? Man-to-man corners, I believe, get each one for 1 AP, or it's like they get a medium route for 2 or deep route for 2, medium for 1, something along those lines. And these things right here can be sometimes even better than one step ahead, and I just think once one step ahead gets a bump in AP, you're going to see a lot of medium route KOs, deep route KOs, and stuff like that to kind of keep up with the man coverage meta. I think these will need an AP raise too, because a lot of people are going to complain about these once more people figure out kind of what they do. Pretty much what it does, if you ever get those animations, you know, like you throw the ball, right? Throw the ball, your receiver catches it, you get a rack animation, right? Like a run after the catch animation. You ever notice when those DBs like come in and they get an animation and punch the ball free? That's pretty much what this ability does, and it kind of like, sometimes it's like it guarantees that animation. Now after the route KOs, we got pick artists right here. Now I put pick artists in the C tier because it's an okay ability. It does what it says. You're more likely to catch picks with this ability. How valuable is that to you? To make sure that you catch a pick, how valuable is that to you? And that's pretty much what this ability is. It's 1 AP. Maybe it'd be really good on like a user, but I just personally, I don't see, like, I get the value of it, but I feel like with how defense plays this year, you need other abilities to make defense even better, and I just don't really see the value in pick artists. I understand if you run it, I can see your reasons why, but I would not. But next we got Lurker. Now Lurker right here, I think Lurker has some hidden potential, and I put it in the B tier, okay? I put it in the B tier because I don't think, you know, a lot of people don't run this. And what do I mean by hidden potential? So I think this could be better than Acrobat. And if it's as crazy as I think it could be an S tier ability and make zone coverage even better. Spectacular catch animations for lurking defenders. Now lurking defenders, you know, these ability like kind of what's it called, summaries, these things right here where it says spec catch animations for lurking defenders, they don't tell the whole truth. Like matchup nightmare for tight ends, it says it only activates against linebackers. That's not true. But spec catch animations for lurking defenders, does that mean if I click on I get a spec catch? You know, and I've seen someone play someone with lurkers on all their CBs, and lurker would activate even when they didn't click on. So I think this could be a really good ability. Just would have to test it out. Haven't really used it a whole lot, but I do think there is some potential there. Now next right here, one step ahead. Do I really need to even say anything? It's an S tier ability, probably the best ability in the game, the most brain dead ability for sure. Just put your controller down and let one step ahead go crazy for you. Next we got Acrobat. I put Acrobat in the A tier. It's 1 AP, which is super nice. You can put Acrobat on like all your people. Safeties, it's 2 AP, and I'll do a separate video on safety abilities, but Acrobat, it's really good. I really like it. Specific, like you can combine this with a lot of abilities too. Like you can run 3 one-step aheads and 3 acrobats. I think that'd be like really good. I think acrobat just by itself and just having it on a corner can also be really effective. It's just kind of like, will it activate? Really, like sometimes it activates, sometimes it doesn't, you know. So just kind of like, it's just basically, in a sense, this is a summary of Madden 21. It's consistently inconsistent, but when it works, it's really good. Next right here, we got Clutch, F tier. Do not run Clutch. This is just a waste of AP. And then we got Deep Out Zone, Knockout, and Deep In. I put these in the same tier. I put them in the C tier. Now, why did I put them in the C tier? Well, there's ability that I have on Xavier Howard that we're literally going to cover next that is literally these abilities, but more. Mid-zone knockout. If you want to run like a deep out zone knockout, just run mid-zone knockout. just run it because it activates in every zone. And like I was saying earlier, you know, this says improve reaction and catch knockouts only in mid zone. That's a lie. This activates in cloud flats, curl flats, any flat zone, any deep zone, mid zone knockout will activate. So definitely recommend, if you want to run zone coverage, you better have this on a bunch of people, and you better have zone archetype corners because they get it for 1 AP. Now next we got Unfakeable. I put Unfakeable in the C tier once again. I just don't think like for corners, decreased chance to be faked out by ball carrier moves. I get why. Okay, I get why you don't want to give up the extra yards to like jukes and stuff like that. I get it, but I just think there's better options. I really just, especially for a corner, I don't think Unfakeable is the move. Then we got two right here, Homer and Indoor Baller, F tier. Don't do them. They just like applied X Factor stuff. It's not worth it at all. Then we got Outmatched, better contested catching against running backs. So now I put Outmatched in the D tier. Now why did I put this in the D tier? Well, for the most part, it's like you would never really use this, especially on an outside cornerback. Even a nickel cornerback, there's really not a point, I don't think. Better contested catching against running backs. I feel like that's very just like too specific. Maybe if this worked against like wide receivers and running back, it'd be a little bit better, but I don't really see the point in it. Next, we got Tip Drill. I put Tip Drill in the C tier. Higher catch tip passes. Tip passes do happen from time to time. I just don't think like, I don't know, this is kind of like a random kind of ability, if that makes sense, right? Like I feel like, okay, you got Tip Drill. One, you'd have to have your cornerback in the right place at the right time. It's just like a very like situational ability. Like, okay, in this moment, I'd like to have Tip Drill. But that's just like, I don't like having abilities like that. I like abilities that are going to work, and they're going to work in a lot of different circumstances. Tip Drill, you know, I get the point, but I think it's just like an okay ability, not really a great one. Next, we got Chuck Out. Now, Chuck Out, I put in the A tier because I've seen people get this to work. I have not been able to get this to work. It's pretty much bench press, but for 1 AP, and it's a zone coverage version. If you're able to get this work, let me know how in the comments, because I was trying to get this to work a lot of times and it just didn't for me. And you pretty much just really fatigue the receivers, which is really valuable, because if their receivers are on like red stamina and you're on like blue stamina, you know, you should be able to easily guard them. So it's definitely a really good ability to have. Next right here, Flat Zone Knockout. I put Flat Zone Knockout in the B tier because once again, Mid Zone Knockout will do the same exact thing, but again, Flat Zone Knockout is only 1 AP, so I get why you would have Flat Zone Knockout, especially if you're just putting them in flat zones, but I think Mid Zone, once again, is just a little bit better, not gonna lie. Next, we got Second Wind and Recuperation. I put these two together. I think these are D tier abilities because, yeah, you recover from fatigue at an increased rate, but like, I don't think it's really worth wasting an AP on this. The only players I would run like Second Win or Recuperation on is either a quarterback that you use Escape Artist on a lot, or a running back that you run the ball a lot with. Now next we got Secure Tackler. I really like Secure Tackler on safeties, but on corners, I put it in the D tier. I just don't, once again, don't see the point. Maybe if you put a corner at safety and you're using the safety, okay, then it can be like a B, A tier ability. I could see that. But a lot of times, Secure Tackler, you would have it and you go for a secure tackle, and guess what? They break the tackle. You know, like, it's very, I think it should be 100% success on conservative tackles, and then I would really say, okay, this is an A tier ability. I really like it because you can pretty much guarantee yourself a way to blow up the run. But if you're playing an outside corner or an inside corner, I don't think Secure Tackler is worth it. Stonewall right here, once again, this is 2 AP on a zone archetype corner. I don't like Stonewall. Prevents additional yardage gains while tackling. I don't even feel like this ability really works, and it's just not worth it. We got Jukebox and Spin Cycle. I put these in the F tier because it's just like, what is the point? What's the point of doing this? For your defensive players getting Jukebox and Spin Cycles. Okay, one, they'd have to catch a pick, which is already unlikely. You know, they gotta catch the pick, which EA says no, you can't catch picks. Two, it's 2 AP. 3, you can still get tackled with this ability by like O linemen and stuff. It's just not worth it. Would never run this on your corner. Now right here we got Film Study. Now Film Study is an unknown for me. I put it in the A tier. It could be S tier, it could be F tier. There's really no in between. No player has gotten this yet. 99 overall, 95 awareness. Now, shows offensive plays after repeated play calls. This could be really good, especially if they raise the AP and then Film Study stays at 7. I think it could be really valuable because right now you could go ahead, you could run maybe Film Study, 3 mid-zone, or you can run Film Study and 5 mid-zone knockouts, which could be pretty good. I don't know. We'll see how this ability plays out. I just don't, like I said, I just don't know about it. I know in the beta and everything, this was a crazy ability, specifically on Earl Thomas when the beta was out. Have not been able, or no one has gotten this ability yet. I think once this ability drops, it's either going to be like the most hated ability in the sense that it's good, or it's going to be the most useless ability and no one's going to run it. Now, strip specialist right here, reduce tackle penalty while trying to strip the ball. I put strip specialist in the C tier. Now, again, this is kind of like, okay, are you putting a cornerback at safety and then like user rushing? Okay, then this can be an A tier ability for you. But I think strip specialist as a whole probably is not worth it, especially with kind of the middle on the defensive side of the ball. I think you'd have more success running mid zones or one step ahead instead of using strip specialist. But if you use a rush a lot, again, I do understand trying to shoot the gap and then freaking strip the quarterback, you get a fumble. I definitely do understand it, but I don't know about it being on a corner. Now, Enforcer right here, again, I put this in the B tier. I don't think hit sticks and like hit stick fumbles are that good, but I do think it's really like valuable to have guaranteed tackle after hit sticking ball carriers. The key word is guaranteed. I really like how it says guaranteed. So if I hit stick you, you're going down. So I really like that as an ability. I think it's secure tackler might be better, but I think Enforcer, again, you know, you will get more fumbles because you're likely to lay in all your hit sticks. And I mean, you can say this is like a C or D tier ability, but I do think it can still be valuable. I don't think it's like a top end ability, but I do think it's pretty good. Then lastly right here, out of my way. Now this depends, once again, are you playing a cornerback at safety and then using the safety? If you are, this could easily be an S or A tier ability. But for corners, I put C, and I just, you know, it's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. Dominant impact, block ones for wide receivers and halfbacks. I really like this for players that run like I form and strong close and stuff like that, and you can shoot the gap, and then when the fullback tries to block you, you pretty much just say, get the f off me, fullback, and then you can just go ahead and tackle the person. So I really do like this ability, but on a corner, once again, I don't know. And then right here we have the tier list. S tier, one step ahead in mid-zone knockout. I think that is pretty common. I think a lot of people will have those as S tiers. A tiers, all the route KOs, acrobat, chuck out, and film study with the question mark, because I don't know. B, bench press, lurker. I think lurker could be even higher though. Flat zone knockout, and enforcer. Now C tier, these are like the okay abilities. Pick artist, deep out and deep in, unfakeable, tip drill, strip specialist, and out my way. D tier and F tier definitely do not run these abilities. We got outmatch, second win, and recuperation, secure tackler, and stonewall. And then the F tier, homer, indoor baller, clutch, jukebox, and spin cycle. So yeah, this was my tier list. Let me know in the comments what you would do. Like, what would you change with abilities and stuff? Am I sleeping on any abilities? Let me know. Other than that, man, has been your boy Dill. I'm out. Peace, y'all.